Okay, so today we're gonna be doing the 2 megapumps challenge with the T-Rex. We haven't done a 2 megapumps in a while, and I also haven't done a 2 megapumps with any of the Beast Handler crosspads because this thing has some amazing towers, and I kind of wanted to test out what they can do, see what we can do with them. So I decided to start with the T-Rex. The T-Rex is an amazing tower which does a lot of damage versus these smaller balloons, but I guess you guys kind of already know how the T-Rex works. It does a lot of damage in one bite, but the problem that it has is attack speed, and then it also needs to kind of get merged, as I guess the general issue is with all these beast handlers, that they need additional help in order for them to become more and more effective, right? So this T-Rex is a super strong tower, which actually I did not know something about it, and I'm gonna give you guys the stats on how good this tower is. But first off, I chose Streambed because this is kind of the dinosaur map, so I kind of wanted to go with the theme of the T-Rex, and I'm also not going to be upgrading to the Tyrannosaurus, so we're only keeping it as the T-Rex for now. But let me just quickly see what we can do on this one, because it's looking like it's getting spicy. So these dinosaurs, when they're not merged, they do like 1 damage, and the fish does, yeah, exactly. So we leaked 1 red balloon. Okay, let me try and micro my way out of this. We're gonna have to... Oh, actually, never mind. So just the second dinosaur and having it like there next to the other one, that was enough. Okay, let's get the Adasaurus. This thing can pop lead balloons, but I guess more importantly is that it gains a huge damage boost. It's like at least 3 damage, that I know for sure because it's one-shotting the green balloons, but let's see how it does versus the yellows in round 14. I think it's gonna be able to one-shot them as well. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, I think it did actually. I think there was... Let's see it on this one. Oh, the fish jumped. I did not catch that. Let's see how we do in round 15. Let's see what it does versus these pink balloons. I guess we can try and catch what it does, how much damage it does now. So it's 3 damage that this Adasaurus does actually. It's not 4. And there goes the pink balloon. You know what? Let me do this. Let me get a glue gunner. This is gonna be a Moab glue and eventually a relentless glue anyways later on. So I guess we can just do it something like this. Maybe even get the beer globs now that I think about it. And so this T-Rex, when it gets full power, when you give it the full beast power, is just an insane tower. So first off, let me just talk to you guys about the ability. The ability goes from 150 to 214 damage. The pierce, not as big of an increase, about 10% pierce increase from 400 to 436. But listen to this one. The cooldown goes from 35 seconds to 17 and a half, and that is something that I had no idea worked like that. So the more power you give the beast, the cooldown gets lower. And let me just get Striker Jones. Or do we get it now actually? What do we do with Striker Jones? I think I should get it now here in the top right corner. Yeah, let's do that. And the first camo balloon, I think I'm just gonna get a dot here at the back. I don't want to be... I guess we don't have money to do anything else, but I also don't want to be getting a sub just because we're gonna be getting a village anyways. But basically Striker Jones is one of these heroes that does amazingly well with the dinosaurs, because later on the T-Rex starts doing extra damage to stun balloons. And let me just show you guys how good this T-Rex actually becomes. So when it's maxed out, the T-Rex does 96 damage and it has a 29 damage bonus to stun balloons. And Striker Jones has this level 3 ability that's on an extremely short cooldown, and you can just keep using it, and it... Yeah, way better when you just let the fish do their work. Let's get the dinosaur... No, actually it's fine. Actually we got this. So what the concussive shell allows us to do is to just keep using the ability. It doesn't do any damage. Well, it does a little bit of damage. I think it's like 1 damage maybe, and it depends on the pierce. So how many balloons it hits is the amount of damage that it's going to take away, but it's not going to be taking away a huge amount of pumps, which means that this is just the perfect ability for us to keep spamming and keep increasing the damage of the T-Rex. And there's another huge change that happened in update 37 actually with this T-Rex, and that is, well, it's not the T-Rex only, it's the T-Rex and the Tyrannosaurus, is that the attack now goes through layers if you're at max beast power. So what that means is, you guys know that this thing does a lot of damage. I mean, it does over 100 damage per shot, right? If the balloon is stunned. So what this means is that if there's some leftover, let me just get the Velociraptor. I think... I mean, we've got cow balloons in the next round, but yeah, let's get the Velociraptor, I'm pretty sure. And so what this means is that the attack is going to go through layers. So for example, if there's a BFB on the field with like 50 HP left, and this tower does 100 damage, the other 50 is going to go to the Moabs, to the children balloons. So that's very nice. That's something that happened in update 37, and we're just going to generally see what happens. But let me just buy these 0... I don't think this is going to be enough actually. Okay, let me just get a ninja like here, I think. Like, there's no more money left. I just realized that buying the Adasaurus might have been... Well, not the Adasaurus, but the Velociraptor. That might have been a little bit of a mistake because we don't have any cash left. So let's see how these guys do. Yeah, I should get the quick shots. Let's get the quick shots. Let's see how they do. I mean... It's super close. These yellows, man. And this red rush. Yeah, it sniped it. Good job, Dog Monkey. One more? Yes. Am I removing this now, by the way? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, let's not remove it now. Let's not do the same mistake that we did with round 33. So we have a bunch of camo balloons incoming, and I'm kind of thinking what I want to do about this one, because again, I don't want to be buying the sub. So I guess, you know what, maybe we do the counter espionage on this thing, and then maybe we just micro the dinosaur. Seems like an interesting solution, actually. Let's move the dinosaur at the back. Okay, let's do this. Let's get the counter espionage, but I should have gotten the camo prio, and I should have this guy on strong. So let's hit the camo prio and let's attempt this. It wasn't that bad, I think. I mean, it was like 2 green balloons, so if we have the camo prio, it should be better than last time. Let's see how it goes. So no problem dealing with these pink balloons, it's just the camos that are incoming. I think that's the only issue. Let's see how we do. They're coming out. Let's get ready with the dinosaur. Huge snipe the dark monkey again. Let's use the ability, separate them, and then move it back. Again, huge snipe from the dark monkey. This guy saving the game. 3 snipes so far. That was amazing. So let's see how it does versus these camo balloons. As long as the ninja decamos them, I think I still have the camo prio filter on. Let's just move it like that. Ho ho, playing with fire. Let's see how much damage it does to the Moab now. So it's 900, 950. Yeah, it's 15 damage per shot. So that is likely not going to be enough, I'm going to be honest. I mean, it's going to deal with the ceramics probably. If it has time, it's going to need a couple of shots. But I don't think it's popping the Moab. Oh, wait. Well, actually, I mean, we popped the Moab, yeah, for sure. Let's do this. Let's give it a few buffs. Let's get both the Aethosauruses. So that's going to be in total plus 6 power from both of those guys, I think. So now it does, that was, I think it's 21 damage per shot now, and then the ability helped a little bit to keep it in place. I don't think this one does extra damage versus stun balloons, by the way. But yeah, now it one-shots the ceramics, actually. Look at that. Okay, finally, a little bit of breathing room. Let's just deal with those camo balloons. Let me get the village and get this thing over with. And I'm thinking we get the jungle jumps next. I really want to get the T-Rexes as well, but I feel like the jungle jumps are just super important. This thing lacks so much attack speed. Okay, let's see how it does versus fortified ceramics. So it doesn't one-shot them, but it two-shots them. So leaves them to zebras first and then bombs them out. And this, the 47, the ones of 47 are just not an issue, and again pink balloons are the issue. So attack speed, that's basically what this tower needs, and we're gonna give it attack speed. But let's get the T-Rex first. I want to get the T-Rex. We have a very long ways to go, by the way. So it's not only the T-Rex, it's a bunch of other stuff. Like we have to get the overclock, we have to upgrade the glue, we have to get a bunch of these beast handlers and then merge them and see how everything goes, basically. And there goes the T-Rex, round 48. Let me just have this guy a little bit, I guess have him here. The range also increases when you upgrade these dinosaurs, so let's see how it does versus, yeah, it's not an issue. Yeah, look at that, it just eats them up. Let's watch the Moabs around 50, the T-Rex versus the Moabs. This guy is at 22 out of 64 beast powers, so long ways to go, but I should probably be getting this now. Now that we have the T-Rex, I really want to get the Relentless glue, so this is going to be a 0-2-4. Got the Moab glue, I'm going to buy the Relentless in a second. And let's just get this combo activated. I mean, it's not gonna do that much damage because, again, these pops, they're weird. And I think that the amount of time that the stun lasts from the Relentless glue is way short, or at least it's shorter than the attack speed intervals of the dinosaur, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure how good this thing is unless it has a lot of attack speed. But yeah, this thing is absolutely cruising through these rounds. I mean, not much resistance, honestly, because it's one-shotting these ceramics and then the mobs are not an issue. So let me just move it like this, see how it does versus the BFB. I mean, he's doing fine. He's gonna pop it. Yeah, let's just use the ability and just clap everything. Yeah, that's good. And yeah, let's move it to the left side and let's keep microing this. I guess that's what we're going to be doing this entire game. Just moving it along the track wherever the balloons are, and that's kind of the thing with this tower. It does a lot of damage, it just needs to be in the right spot to do the damage. You know, these guys are kind of separate. Let me use the ability, actually. Striker ability. Give time for the second one to catch up because the striker ability is always set on strong. So it was going to target that one as well, but let me... Oh, that was an explosion and a half from all the Relentless glue. And let's just watch it demolish round 63. It's going to one-tap them, isn't it? Yep. Yep, it absolutely is. Let's watch the second wave. It's going to one-tap this one as well. Look at this. Boop. Yep, it's gone. I mean, this thing is not showing any signs of slowing down. I've been microing it a little bit, just moving it up and down the track, but we are at $42,000. I guess free play is coming up, so these balloons are going to become a lot stronger really quick, but let's see how we're going to do versus UMG first. I wanted to kind of take a look at how it does. Do we use the ability for this one, or do we just let it attack? Let's just see how it does. and yeah, it completely eats it up. But free play starting 81. Let's see how we do now. So these balloons are going to be a little bit stronger, and I feel, look at that, exactly. So this is what I was talking about. So we've got yellow balloons, so this probably means that it's no longer one-shotting the ceramics, right? It leaves them to yellow, so we have to upgrade this one. So let's get the T-Rex on this one as well. And then we're missing, and it one-shots the ceramics now. Yes, nice. Let's just move it towards the bottom. Yeah, there we go. So it one-shots ceramics now, but it didn't used to because we needed the extra power from this one. And we're still missing one more, but I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to see how far this thing makes it. 2 UMGs. Striker Jones is at level 16. I think the concussive shell just gets its cooldown reduced the more levels he gets, by the way, which is super nice for us. And he doesn't get a lot of pops, so let's just use the ability. I'm going to follow up with the T-Rex ability now after I get unstunned, so do it like that. And now I have the concussive shell again if we wanted to. Yeah, this is such a nice combo. And then the Relentless Glue and the Moab Glue below, and yeah, this is just so good. I mean, I guess this is gonna become interesting in the 90s, just because we still haven't gotten a bunch of these other towers, but I'm kind of trying to... Let's get the last one, by the way. Let's get the last T-Rex. Let's merge it. So this is gonna be a 64 out of 64, which means that we are at max power. So the cooldown on the ability is 17.5 seconds. We can be super liberal with this ability. We can just keep using it. And look at that combo with the Striker Jones ability, just setting everything up and then bam. Oh, let me move him to the back. So 45 Moabs, and I guess it's around 89, so we should have no problems dealing with this one, but then we're gonna have the DDTs on the next one. And the thing with DDTs is that they might be a vulnerability for this tower just because they're fast. They don't have a lot of HP, but they're fast, and that's kind of this guy's thing. And we still don't have the overclock, but we have a bunch of cash, so I'm kind of saving the money just for that. I want to let him ride. I want to see how far this thing is going to make it. This is just a max T-Rex, and we have the money for everything else. We can buy an overclock and the call arms later on, but let's see how we do versus these DDTs. Okay, so it eats them up, but I have to say that third one kind of made it a little bit further than I would have liked to. Oh, those guys are set up so nicely for an ability. Look at those BFBs. The Moab Glue plus Striker Jones. Look at that. This is going to be so fun, especially in those later rounds when all of the balloons are going to get grouped. This is going to be super fun. I wish I could buy a boomerang, guys. If we can get a boomerang, I don't want to buy it because it's going to take away a lot of pops, and this is still the 2 Mega Pops challenge. But this is the first round that it looks like it's struggling a little bit, isn't it? I mean, these 45 Moabs are kind of making it a little bit further than I would have liked to hold. Did you guys see the AoE on that one? That was the ability. Why was it so big? Let's start working on these other things. So getting the overclock, getting the sabo, and we should be using these abilities on this round because things are starting to look a little bit interesting. So let me overclock this guy, use the sabo, and just see, yeah, it's starting to go ham basically. Yeah, all those 45 Moabs are gone, and that's kind of this guy's vulnerability, right? It's the fast blues, so I'm kind of thinking about around 99 at this point, just because those are going to be DDTs, and again, it's not the HP, it's just how fast they are, right? We have some DDTs incoming. Let's see how we're gonna do. Let me get the call to arms. The call to arms also gives attack speed, which this guy loves getting, and let's see how we're gonna do. So let me use the sabo on this one, and yeah, oh, the sabo makes such a big difference. We need to be using the sabo for these DDTs for sure, and the overclock obviously. But yeah, it just eats up the balloons. Let's see how we do versus 94. 94 is one of those rounds with a lot of RBs, the first one, and let's see how... Yeah, it's gonna eat them up. Basically, when there are no 45 balloons, this guy doesn't care. If there are 45 balloons, then it just takes a lot more shots, so it doesn't one-shot 45 ceramics, it needs to. But yeah, these guys are... Holy man, these guys are a combo and a half with Striker Jones. And he's not even taking away pops. That's super nice. Let's overclock him, and let's... I mean, we have the CTA ability, I'm gonna use it. The sabo is still on cooldown actually. I used it for 94. Now let's see how we do versus this one. So these DDTs are kinda... I was gonna say they're making it far, but it caught up to them. Yeah, it completely destroyed them. When the sabo came up, it completely destroyed them. Yeah, it's not even close. One of those rounds, again, a bunch of 45 Moabs on this one, but just a bunch of BFBs as well in the background, and then ZUMGs. But yeah, it's gonna eat them up. I'm not even using the call arms, by the way. This thing is doing a lot of damage when you just give him the right buffs. But we still have a lot of money, and I'm saving the money for the bat, because even though we're dealing with these rounds like 95 and 96, this guy does not have bad damage. This feels so good. You guys watching this when you use the Striker Jones ability and we're just separating them. So this is round 98, and this is like the max power T-Rex. It doesn't get stronger than this. We have all the support towers. And here's what I want to do. I want to keep spamming the Striker Jones ability to kind of separate the balloons. So I want to pop the ZOMGs last, and I want to pop the smaller balloons first. So let's just keep using the Striker ability and kind of moving the dinosaur. I guess that wasn't a good one. I guess I want to be moving it towards the right side, actually, like that, so it doesn't attack all of them at once. So just pop a few. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just pop a few BFBs and then move it back. And then again, pop a few BFBs and then move it back. And just keep doing this. So you don't want to be doing this all at once. Let's just slowly pop everything using the overclock, by the way, and let's just move it here. I mean, they're coming. You can't stop them, but it's kind of controlled in a way, right? So we're not getting overwhelmed by these smaller balloons, especially because we know that we are not that good versus 45 balloons in general. So yeah, let's use the ability now, and that should be still have the call arms. I want to save that one for 99 just because we've used everything else. And yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I want to move it, actually. That was a little bit of a mistake, but I kind of want to move it now just because I want to get the cooldowns back so the T-Rex ability is back up, the overclock is going to be back up, and there we go, round 98. 2 more rounds left, so let's see what we do versus these 45 DTs. I'm a little bit concerned, honestly, just because they're super fast, but we have all the abilities, so let's click everything, I guess. Kind of move it here now. Oh yeah, they're definitely a problem. Let's move it, let's leave it there. We still have the call arms, but I guess a little bit of an issue is that, oh, that was super close. Yeah, that was super close. A little bit of an issue is that Striker Jones is not in range of the Camo Village, and we're not revealing them, and that's why we can't use the level 3 ability. But yeah, let's see if this thing can even pop the bat, because I feel like it doesn't have enough damage, I'm gonna be honest. We might have to get something else. We have the money, but let's see if it can pop the bat by itself. How much is that? 1 million. So we're 10,000 pops off, but I don't think this thing is actually even gonna pop in the first place, is it? Yeah, it popped at the end. Okay, so we need a solution for this one. So here's what I'm thinking. We can get the Spike Storm, we can get the First Strike, but I wanna get, well, let me show you guys what I wanna get. I wanna get this thing. I wanna get the Energizer, because this thing is going to reduce the cooldowns of everything. It's going to reduce the cooldowns of the overclock, of the called arms, and more importantly, I guess, the T-Rex ability. And so my idea is, instead of helping it with the pops, let's have it all do the pops by itself, and we're just going to spam the ability. So I'm just going to spam the T-Rex ability. This thing is at, how much is it? Like maybe 12 second, 13 second cooldown maybe at this point. So I just keep moving it. This is a little bit better, I think, than last time. Let's move it like this. All abilities are up. Overclock, CTA right now. Move it back in this intersection. Keep the attack speed going. And yeah, I think this is a little bit better than last time. But again, I'm not sure if it's gonna pop because it's one more layer off. Well, not one more layer, but one more visual layer, I guess you could call it. But yeah, this T-Rex is going to work. So as soon as it pops, we need to use the ability to stun the DDTs. So now use the Sabo. Overclock. Overclock is ready, and let's just move it back. We can use the range of the other beast handlers. Call arms is ready again. Let's just click the button, and I think we are T-Rex ability ready again as well. Yeah, I think we're fine. Ooh, that was a little bit, that scared me a little bit with those mods, but there it is. So we got the 2 mega pops done. What a good challenge, and what a good tower this is. I mean, 2,035,000. Oh yeah, this was, let's just check the pops. I'm really curious about, yeah, Striker Jones 6,000 pops. I mean, and we used the ability so many times. This is such a good combo by stunning these balloons. So yeah, that was it. T-Rex 2 mega pops, it's done. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.